I know the sound quality is not going to be great because I'm not using my normal mic, and this is probably all misting over quite badly because I've just done a turbo workout. But I just watched a film I'd forgotten all about on YouTube. A friend of mine, Adam Thorne, did Ironman Barcelona this year, and they made a film about him trying to go sub 10, and I was just in the process of just about to dial down my turbo session to minus 10% of what I was supposed to do because I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. And just as I was about to do it, his film popped up on YouTube, and it kind of it helped me get through the session massively. The guy's a huge inspiration. He's a good friend and a brilliant athlete and a great person, and he smashed Ironman Barcelona, so he got me through that workout. That video is great. I'll put a link in the description down there. It's a great film. I just thought I'd mention that. Nice one, Adam. Welcome to week 26. I'm halfway through. Hi, welcome to week 26. I can't believe it's 6 months and 26 videos into this year now. But here we are, 26 weeks in, exactly in the halfway point of these 52 weeks. And conveniently, it does fit with the races that I picked this year. And it comes on to really why I'm feeling really positive and motivated after this week's training. The first thing that's happened that's really motivated me is that I've decided which 2 races I'm going to do next year. I think the non-running of Bristol really highlighted my kind of treading water feeling that I had this year, and that I didn't really know which race I was doing or when exactly it was going to be. And the fact that I now know which 2 races I'm going to aim at has made a big difference to kind of my kind of mental thought processes about what I'm going to do and when things are going to happen. So my 2 races are going to be Swansea on the 2nd of June, and that's a sprint distance race. I'm going to make that my kind of A race because after that we're going to go to Amsterdam with some friends for a long weekend, and then the week after we come back from Amsterdam there'll be Cardiff Triathlon, which I've done before, which is an Olympic distance race, which I'm going to kind of do as a fun A race, maybe a little bit less intensive, but I have done it before and it's a pretty full-on race. So anyway, those are the 2 races that I'm going to do. Now I know what races I'm going to do, I feel like I'm a little bit more focused in my training. And the reason that my training feels good is because my knee feels a bit better. It's been kind of 6 or 7 out of 10 really this week, and I managed to do 2 runs on it, 2 half-hour runs with minimal discomfort. I've been doing my strength and conditioning and loads of stretching and stuff, which has definitely helped with that. They've been 2 half-an-hour easy runs, nothing too spectacularly impressive. But at the same time, it's been good to get out to run. I've also done 5 bike rides, 2 1-hour commute rides into Bristol and back, and 3 turbo sessions that have been a bit more intensive, which have hurt but been really enjoyable. And I've also done a couple of swims this week, 2 swims, which have amounted to just under an hour and a quarter of swimming. And within that, I managed to join what we at Masters Swimming call the 100 Fly Club, which is fairly self-explanatory, I think, just being able to swim 100 fly. I kind of feel like I've been working towards that achievement for about a year or 2 years, perhaps. But I tell you what, that's a brutal thing, 100 fly, for me anyway. I swam it in 1:52. It's like doing a 10-mile time trial, but compressed into just under 2 minutes, and that kind of eking out of a glass of water and just letting that last drip come out at the very end is really kind of applies to 100 fly too. Anyway, I managed to achieve that too. So just in total I've managed to do just over 6 hours training, and I can't remember the last time I managed to do 6 hours training, but it certainly feels really good, and I feel motivated in that respect. the other reasons I feel motivated this week is because I had a chat to Sophie about my nutrition stuff on Monday, and she sent through an email, and you know, it just goes to show the power of words, really. I'm going to share a few things with you that she said to me. I'm sure she won't mind me sharing them. They're really just words. She has sent me some recipes and some ideas here and there, but really most of it is up here. What's going through my mind when it comes to thinking about food. And the first thing that's resulted in me eating really well this week is when I come to eating something that I maybe shouldn't do, it's not to feel guilty about it, but before I decide to eat or drink something that I shouldn't, is to ask myself why I'm having it, and actually go through a process of thinking about why I'm having that chocolate bar or bag of crisps or you know, a milkshake or whatever it might be. And as a consequence, I've barely done that this week. Sometimes it's okay to have that. There's nothing wrong with having those things. But if you go through the process of going, why am I having this? Why do I deserve this? How is it going to help me? Is it going to keep me sane? Or am I doing it just because it's habit? Then it goes through that kind of mindfulness process of thinking about what it is that you're actually doing with your kind of food processes. And that's helped massively. So that's the first thing, really, is just asking myself why I'm having something. One of the other things she sort of raised with me is something that I'm aware of, and I actually often tell my students at university about, which is the 7 Ps, which is proper preparation and practice prevents piss poor performance. I think it's a military term. I've certainly kind of heard it from military types over the years, and really it kind of just highlights thinking about what I'm eating, when I'm eating during the day, and getting prepared for that, so that I don't just go for the easy option because I'm starving and I just grab whatever crap I can. And she's made me focus on just having 3 meals and 3 snacks a day, and making sure that I have my breakfast and lunch and my snacks with me when I leave the house. And she's given me some recipes and stuff to do with that. I know it's a simple thing, but prep is really a key thing here. And then finally, I think this is the one that had the biggest impact on me. She said, I don't think this is one of her quotes, but I might be wrong. You can't out-train a bad diet. And I guess I've been kidding myself that we can out-train whatever crap we eat. And people say, oh, you know, I train so I can eat and things like that. It's not the case in my case, especially. I really can't out-train the amount of bad food that I eat. And she said that I need to be as competitive and driven about my nutrition as I am about my training. And I think that was the real hammer blow. It made me realise that actually I'm not at all. I'm as undisciplined in my nutrition as I am disciplined in my training plans, and the way I go about my training, and the effort and the drive that I have to do those training plans and to carry them out and put all that I have into training. And then I do the opposite and eat really badly and just eat total crap during the week. It doesn't work. I can't out-train that. And I think those 3 particular things have had a massive impact on me this week. And as a result of that, over the last 2 weeks, in fact, I've lost 3 kilos. It wasn't a great baseline to start with, but I've lost 3 kilos, and my mindset is different. So between knowing what races I'm doing, the fact that that's focused my training and my nutrition has come in sort of stark relief, really, that having that plan in my head has been absolutely vital. Anyway, that's this week. That's what's gone on. I hope you've had a good week. It's been a good week for me. I can see that the condensation from the cold is starting to mist up the screen here. The lens is going. The lens is definitely misting up now. And so anyway, into the next 6 months, let's see what happens. I have goals. I'll maybe go through the goals of the things that I'm going to focus on in the next 6 months, and in terms of times that I want to do, so that when I race, I'm just going to race. I'm going to set a benchmark run, a benchmark swim, and a benchmark bike session that I want to focus on in May, to try and nail those targets. And then when it comes to racing, I'm just going to see how I can get on with the race in Cardiff and in Swansea. Anyway, have a good week. Hopefully see you in week 27 in this next 6-month block, and hopefully I won't get so misted up I need to put the heater on before I do these videos next week. Anyway, peace!